From the methodology, the first stage consists in the definition of the system's case of study, where specification of the training and the environment elements are determined. The second stage is the technological development, creating the workflow for the activity that the user must carry out, as well as the three-dimensional representation of the elements required for the system and the development of the virtual reality interactions. In the third stage, being dedicated to the data acquisition and difficulty adjustment, the system is used by a certain group of participants so that data can be collected and used to develop an algorithm that can adjust the difficulty of the system for future users by comparing the results of their performance with the stored records. Finally, in the fourth and last stage, the system is implemented as a proof of concept to evaluate the performance of the developed algorithm in adjusting the difficulty in each scenario. It is also analyzed the feedback provided regarding the system for future improvements. For this case, the system is designed as an auxiliary for training in occupational safety, specifically in the correct use of personal protective equipment. The activity starts every time the user is placed in a virtual work scenario. It is expected from the user to visualize the environment elements and use this information to determine the requirements in the equipment. After this, the user checks if there is any problems with the current gear being used. If there is any problem, the user needs to make the proper corrections. When there are no more issues, the user can conclude the working scenario. Finally, the user's performance is evaluated and the activity ends. This process repeats until no more working scenarios are available or whether the user decides to quit using the system. The system has a starting menu with three options: one for demonstration of how it works, another for the collection of data from stage 3, and the final prototype for stage 4. And here's how the system works. The user needs to visualize the environment elements and make the proper adjustments as mentioned before. The user has a selection panel with the different sections of the body. Within each option, the user has many gear items that can be selected. It all depends on the user's decision. When the user is done with the changes, there is a panel to conclude the activity. On selection, the user is provided with the feedback on the performance of the current working scenario and has track of the time taken as well. Currently, for this system, there are 4 types of scenarios, being those manufactured, electrical, robotic, and warehouses areas. These can be later changed or other types can be added depending on the company's requirements. As seen before, when the user has a performance above 80%, the feedback provided is displayed in a green color. When this performance is between 60 and 80%, it is shown in yellow, and below those values, it is displayed in red. Here are the 4 types of scenes with 4 working scenarios in each one of them. The personal protective equipment requirements depend on each of these areas.